Hi guys, welcome to 2020. This is insane. It's a new decade. Let me move you actually over a little bit. I wanted to hop back on YouTube. I don't want the last video I upload to be how Vlogmas is not realistic for me. So I thought it'd be fun to hop on here and do a mom tag because I did a parenting tag maybe 2 Christmases ago and you guys seem to like it. I like these kind of videos. They're low-key. It's an easy way to jump back into making content for me personally. Plus, gives you a break from watching everyone talk about their New Year's resolutions and how they're planning for 2020. Because I don't know about you, but even though I love that content, it is very overwhelming. So here's a break from all of that. Let's do like a mom tag thing real quick, all right? First question. I literally got this off of tagquestions.net, so thank you tagquestions.net for these questions. Question 1, how old were you when you had your first child? I was 28. Yes, I was 28 because I just turned 30. Yes, I was 28 years old when I had Isaac, who's my first child and only child. What was the hardest thing about being pregnant for 9 months? Here's the thing, the real hardest part is that I developed anxiety while I was pregnant, and I had multiple panic attacks over finances. I didn't have insurance for part of my pregnancy, and if I'm being super honest, not in a lightweight way, that was really hard. That was really hard. Okay, number 3, can you think of any good things you enjoyed during those 9 months? I mean, yeah. I loved being pregnant. Here's the thing, I had horrible anxiety, but I still really liked being pregnant. I felt good physically. I liked how active Isaac was. It was awesome. I enjoyed the bonding experience of being pregnant as well. So I liked a lot about being pregnant. Question 4, in your opinion, were all the things you heard about childbirth accurate or way off? I don't know. I think childbirth is such an interesting topic because women go through it all the time and have been going through it for thousands of years. But each childbirth is different and each woman is different, and so everyone's experience is gonna be a little bit different. I guess the thing that no one told me about childbirth was that it would be long. Labor would be very long. I expected, I don't know, maybe a 12-hour start to finish childbirth, and I ended up having a 36, 40-hour labor experience. I originally wanted to do an unmedicated birth, and I thought I was more prepared for that than I was. I don't know why I thought I was prepared, because I didn't really read a ton of books and I didn't do certain breathing exercises. I didn't really plan. I just thought I'm gonna breathe, I'm gonna connect with my body, I'm gonna be able to do this. I just had some weird confidence about it, and then I was way exhausted and I couldn't relax. Also, I got stuck in transition for a long time because I couldn't relax, because I was so tired. I lost the ability to relax my body, which is something I can usually do, but I couldn't do it when I was in labor. I thought labor would be faster, and so I wouldn't be as tired by the time it got time to push, but I was very tired. Would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it? That's the next question. If I could redo it, I think the only thing, I wouldn't necessarily redo my birthing part of labor, because I'm actually really happy with how things worked out. I'm glad I ended up getting the epidural because I didn't tear, which was my biggest fear. Yeah, the needle sucked, but I am glad that I did that because it enabled me to rest for 3 hours, which is exactly what my body needed. I still felt the contractions, the big contractions, but it was more of a discomfort instead of an overwhelming pain. I think the only thing I would change about my laboring experience is I wouldn't have rushed to the hospital as soon as I did. I got really excited. I thought, oh, once you hit 3 to 5 minutes in between your contractions, it's gonna happen really fast. It's a couple of hours max. it was not the case for me. I was there for another 16 or so hours, maybe longer. No, I don't remember because I didn't sleep. Anyway, I'm talking a lot about labor right now, but if I could do it differently, I would have stayed home a little bit longer. I would have showered before I went to the hospital, something I did not do because I was just so excited. What else? I would have gone to brunch and had like a nice little, or even like gotten coffee because I didn't have coffee for like the next 3 days. I would have tried to have a little bit of a normal life even though I was having contractions because, oh, another thing, my water wouldn't break. And so I was expecting my water to break like immediately, and it didn't. So anyway, I would have taken it slower at the beginning instead of rushing to the hospital because my plan was never to get medicated, so I don't know why I was rushing to the hospital. Number 6, what would be your advice for someone who is about to have a baby? I have so much advice. This is really hard for me to do because I always feel like people gravitate towards like sort of things that are kind of scary or a little bit negative, and I don't want to sound like that, but at the risk of sounding a little negative, I think what I would tell someone who is about to become a parent to a baby, do all of the things that you really love doing in your life right now. You want to go and spontaneously go watch a movie? Go to the movie theater. Do you want to wake up late and go to brunch and have a long brunch with your best friends? Go do it. Do you love taking naps? Take your naps. Go to bed early. Soak in all of the parts of your life that are you right now, not as a parent, because when you have a baby, everything really does change, and it's not a bad change. Hopefully you're prepared. Hopefully you're understanding that like becoming a parent, your life is going to be different. And kind of like before graduation, where you kind of like do all of these cool big events to help round out your high school or college experience, do those things with your friends, with traveling, with your family. I don't know. Do all of those things that you're not really going to be able to do once you have a newborn. I hope that's not a downer. It's not meant to be a downer. It's just meant to be, I guess, realistic. I don't know. Number 7, what is the hardest thing about being a mom? The hardest part about being a mom for me is wanting to go all in on content creation and learning and getting better at photography and making better videos and starting all these other projects that I think would be so fun and interesting, and realizing that if I were to go all in on those things, I wouldn't be able to be as all in with my momming as I currently am. I think of myself as a pretty involved parent. I kind of try and work during nap times, and in the evenings I have like a part-time freelance job that I do, so my personal stuff kind of has to happen around the fringes, and I don't like working that way. So that's been the hardest part of becoming a mom, is learning that this having young kids is finite, and embracing this time of playing with cars and playing with Play-Doh and going on walks and going to story time and all of that stuff. Like eventually that won't be my life. So I'm trying to embrace this part of my life instead of looking forward to the next stage of it. That's a very long answer and maybe not a very clear answer, but if you've been here long enough, you know I'm long-winded. So question 8, what has been the most rewarding thing about being a mom? The most rewarding thing about being a mom is my son. I could sit here and really gush over how much I love Isaac. I love him so much, and he is such a cool kid and such a smart and sweet child. He's starting to talk now, and it's just so rewarding. The relationship, this is it. This is if you're looking for a clear answer. The relationship that I have with my son is the most rewarding part about becoming a parent. I just love him, and I love hanging out with him, so it's good times. Number 9, what was the most surprising thing you discovered about being a mom? It's kind of double-sided. I was very surprised at the people that I lost in my life. I really only lost like one very important person to me. I haven't talked a lot about this on the internet, mostly because I've been trying to process and heal, and also because I don't know if people want to hear sob stories about losing your best friend, but I lost my best friend after I became a mom. It was kind of falling apart right when I got pregnant for other reasons. And then it was like drifting. And then once I did become a mom, so I didn't know how to manage this friendship with also learning to be a mother. And this friendship also didn't give me a ton of flexibility to explore that. It was very much like if I said no or if I needed to leave, it was like it didn't feel like it was okay. And that was very surprising because I didn't expect becoming a mom to distance me from this particular person. But number 10, we're halfway through. What is the best memory you have involving your child? How do I pick? I have so many very good memories involving my child. The moment he was born, the moment they placed him on my chest and he like looked up and gave me, running around the park laughing. He loves to tickle me now. It's great. I don't know if I could pick one. I don't know, he's a great kid and I love him. So not every day is friggin' like rainbows and sparkles. But when I look back at my time with him, I view it as rainbows and sparkles. Number 11, what was the most exciting milestone? I feel like we're in it. Walking was very exciting, but also very scary. I think my favorite milestone thus far has been his talking. He is starting to recognize people and identify things, being able to fully communicate his needs. Maybe not fully, but he will grab us by the hand and he'll say like, if he's hungry. Is like a short kind of baby talk for hambre in Spanish, for hunger. So he'll like take us into the kitchen and tell us kind of that he wants a snack or yeah, so this verbal milestone is really, really exciting for me. What habit did you wish your child didn't have? I wish that he didn't love watching TV, but I love watching TV also. So it's also, again, my fault. It's not really a habit he has. I guess the only other habit that is really his that we did not teach him is throwing his food on the floor. Or he'll do this thing where he like stuffs his mouth full of food and then decides he doesn't want it and so he spits it out. And it's like, what habit of theirs makes you most proud? He's a helper. We are also really trying to do family meals where we pray before our meals, and he has started to expect a prayer before our meals, which is really sweet. We hold hands, and so he'll kind of like reach for our hands. Do you share any similarities with your child, both physical and personality? Yes, of course. He's my biological child, so he's gonna look like me. He has my brown eyes. He did not get my hair, which is a little bit heartbreaking, but it's fine. He has the same frown that I have that comes from my dad. Personality wise, he feels his feelings, which is something that I can relate to. And honestly, something I kind of like. It has been a beautiful lesson for me to help him process his feelings in a way that I didn't necessarily get when I was a kid. Not to say my parents were like not great parents, but for sure, for someone who feels everything intensely and deeply, being told that you just need to like toughen up and get thicker skin and not take things personally, not the best advice for someone who feels things deeply. So he feels his feelings, and it's a great chance for me to help him process his feelings verbally. Where would I like my child to be in 10 years? He will be 11. I don't know, maybe middle school. I would hope that he has a good balance of sports and music, maybe dance. Hopefully he's an older brother and a good one, and hopefully he's a good kid like he is now. What is something that having a child has taught you? I feel like I've answered this throughout this whole video, but having a child has taught me incredible patience. and resilience, and to feel my feelings, but to verbalize my feelings as well, and to let them go, and to live in the moment and be present, even when there's horrific construction happening in your neighborhood. Did you imagine that you'd become a mom at the age that you became a mom? Yes, I really wanted to be a mom around the time that I got pregnant and had a kid. Number 19, describe your child in a single sentence. The best, most wonderful, sweetest, beautiful boy I could have ever asked for. The last one, we're almost there. Have you changed as a person since becoming a mom? Absolutely. I've absolutely changed. I am more of a homebody. I am more of a one-on-one person. And by one-on-one, I mean I mostly just hang out with Izzy all day, every day. He's my bud. I don't get outside as much as I used to. I don't sit up in coffee shops as much as I used to. I think I've healed a lot as a parent. I've also put up a lot more boundaries since becoming a parent, which is inherently healthier for me. I feel a little bit like I've gotten more sure of myself and what I want out of life and kind of what I want goals to be. But pretty much my entire life is different. Also, finally less anxious. It took a while, but I'm finally there. Cool. All right, guys, that's everything I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this mom tag video. Hope you enjoyed this style of video. I know it's low key and it's a lot of me just talking to the camera, but hopefully it gave you a little more insight into me as a parent. So yeah, thanks so much for being here. I hope you're having a splendid 2020 so far. I know there's a lot of pressure to make these first 7 days count, but we got the whole year, man. We got our whole life, hopefully. So anyway, thanks guys for being here. I look forward to making more content for you. Hoping to publish on Thursdays. So hoping to upload videos every Thursday this year. This is my accountability, maybe, hopefully. As always, if you have video recommendations or requests, you can leave those in the comments down below. And yeah, like I said, hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great week. I will see you back here in my next video. Bye. My camera's gonna die, of course. I'm gonna smile uncomfortably at how much background noise there is. I'm gonna stop talking about it because maybe you won't notice if I quit talking about it.